What's good, YouTube? Back again with another YouTube video. We got the creepiest stalkers caught on live stream. We about to get right into it though. Without further ado, without, you know what I'm saying, no other explanation, let's get right into it. We already know what they be doing. They be
You're
creepy.
about to see some of the creepiest moments ever caught on live stream. Welcome back, Charlie. Twitch can be fun for streamers and viewers alike, but sometimes these streamers get stalked by very creepy or even dangerous people, and sometimes it even happens in their own homes. In 2020, the Twitch streamer I'm Jasmine was walking on a beach in Vietnam. But that's when this eerie man creeps up behind her. The man looks around to make sure no one is seeing what he's about to do. That's when he goes in and sniffs I'm Jasmine.
9, 10. Oh my god!
Nah, that man's a school threat. He's a creep. Yeah, that guy was a creep. You can literally in the comments say you seen it coming. I seen it coming.
Following her for some time.
He looked like a
weirdo. He topped it all
weirdo.
off by sniffing her on camera. Little did he know that thousands of people were watching him do this at the time. Jasmine laughed it off, but it's clear she was very uncomfortable and scared. But sadly for I'm Jasmine, this was not the only time she was stalked on stream. On a separate stream, I'm Jasmine is sitting eating lunch out in the street. It's in public in broad daylight. That's when a man comes up and begins to touch her without asking her consent.
Oh, hi. Hello. Hi. Oh my god, why are you touching me? No, man, stop. I'm sorry. No.
She laughs very uncomfortably and tells him to stop touching her.
Bro,
but the man
Who
does
are
not
you?
listen. That's when things get even worse. The man begins to try and touch her inappropriately.
He's so... No, whoa, man, stop.
Yeah, you're a creep.
Stop. Yo, stop it. No, just don't touch it. Bye.
Jasmine gets visibly annoyed and tells him to stop many times, but the man does nothing but laugh. It's in public and no one even stops this man. Jasmine
Ain't nobody
tries to
even
get
out
away,
there.
but
Where
the
are
man
they
won't
even
stop
at?
following
What kind
her.
of street is
After
this?
10 minutes of being stalked, Jasmine enters a store, and thankfully after that, the man finally leaves. But the moment she leaves the store and goes to the other side of the road, another man approaches her. He gets out of his car specially to talk to Jasmine. Jasmine says she's going home and does not want to talk to this guy. According to Jasmine, this is a common occurrence. Later on in the stream, she begins to cry because she's so traumatized by the events. She says it's common for people to touch her weirdly or harass her in the street.
Always feeling unsafe. And I hate that.
It's clear she's had enough and has reached breaking point.
It happens so much. It's like people like literally harass me in the streets, and I'm like...
It's important that if we ever see this kind of thing in the street, we speak up and stop it from happening.
Yeah.
But sadly, I'm Jasmine is not the only female streamer who has been stalked on stream. A similar thing happened to a streamer known as Amaranth. Amaranth was streaming her workout one day at the gym. That's when a man begins to visibly check her out live on stream. The man stares at her very creepily for a few seconds, even though Amaranth expresses no interest in this man. The man doesn't realize thousands of people are watching what he's doing. But this isn't even the creepiest thing to happen to this streamer. One day, Amaranth was IRL streaming her supermarket shop. A man can be seen on his phone in the background, but watch closely.
That don't mean
that
I ain't saying it's still okay for that, you know what I'm saying, for him to do this,
The man takes
but
a photo of Amaranth with the flash on. The man clearly messed up and didn't realize he had his flash and sound turned on. He then tries to play it off by taking photos of products.
Yeah, no, you're caught, creep.
Amaranth did not see what had happened.
He didn't even play that off right. This man literally just took 5-6 pictures. Of what? What are you? What? Of
Thousands
what?
of viewers clearly did. Taking these creep shots is very wrong. Not only is it insanely creepy, it's a massive violation of privacy. But unfortunately, this is a problem many women have to deal with around the world. Now, let's look at another very scary stalker caught on live stream. But thankfully, this clip has a good ending. An Australian man named Rob CD was streaming his life in Tokyo. As he's streaming, he notices a woman and a man walking together. At first, he imagines they're a couple, but that's when he realizes something is seriously wrong. The woman keeps giving him a look as if to say, "Help me," and she also walks towards Rob.
Yo, Tokyo
the woman then
streets
says
are kind
Rob
of
is her
fire.
friend. Rob then tells the man that he's a friend of this girl despite not knowing her. He read the situation perfectly and realized that the woman was being stalked by this man. Rob tries to tell the man to go away, but he won't leave.
Hi. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good to see you. It's alright. Have a good night, man.
Hi.
See you.
Where from?
Australia.
Australia. Wow.
Yeah. Have a good night, man.
So, now is it fair?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
The girl is clearly very nervous
Yeah,
and
you can see
scared, but Rob's simple and heroic action saved the day. Always be on the lookout if someone looks uncomfortable in the street. Just because they're with a man doesn't mean they're a couple. The woman could be getting stalked just like in this case. But I also have to mention
that was a great
very
read by him,
scary
though.
and dangerous stalker caught live on Twitch. This happened to a streamer named Elia Gatto. She was walking around with a friend on the street, but that's when they notice a creepy man is following them on the street. If that
Bro, this
wasn't
is
bad
clear as
enough,
day.
this man has a samurai sword.
Oh God. Let's go find your husband. Let's go your husband. Let's go your husband. Oh my God.
They try
Nobody
to go
see
down
this,
different
man?
streets, but the man won't stop following them. Thankfully, a man notices their situation at one point and steps in. But even with the guy helping them, the man with the samurai sword won't stop following them. Eventually, the Good Samaritan calls the cops.
This guy witnessed that. So
Nah, Tokyo feel kind
saying
of
that
weird
this guy
for
is
some
following us,
reason.
and he's telling us to run to the hospital.
You leaving your friend
The man with
behind.
the samurai sword is soon stopped by police. But it disturbs me how little people came to these women's rescue. They were clearly scared and maybe even in danger. If the man with the sword was not arrested, who knows what could have happened. There's a very good possibility these girls could have been injured or even had their lives taken by this man.
That's crazy.
Now, moving on, we have to look at this very scary clip. In 2020, a streamer named Sushi Potato came across 3 fans. The fans said they wanted to take a photo with her, but it turns out what they really wanted was a lot more sinister. She was wearing a low-cut top, so put her hand over her chest. But that's when the men demand she moves her hand.
What?
She refuses, and that's when they begin to touch her and try and get her to move her hand.
No, I'm not taking my hand off. No, I'm not taking my hand off. Hell no! Stop it! No!
What?
These fans are incredibly creepy and way overstepping the
random
line.
right here ain't even doing
In 2021, Sushi Potato is talking to a random man on the street. The man asks where she's from and basic facts about her, but that's when things go seriously wrong. The man begins to touch her inappropriately.
Whoa, okay, don't touch
Whoa.
Don't say oh, please, please. Get away. Bye.
She gets upset and tells him to go away. Thankfully, she has water to throw at the man to make him back off. This situation easily could have got dangerous or even worse. The scary thing is, the man knew he was being filmed but didn't even care. It's
Bro, they
terrifying
don't
what can
be-
happen to
bruh.
a woman on a street late at night. But sometimes Twitch streamer stalkers take things to another level. Take a look at this haunting clip from streamer JDN. While streaming live, she gets a phone call from her stalker. At first, the stalker pretends to be her father on the phone, but he then goes on to say that he's not her father. The stalker then says if she doesn't remove her clothing, he will take her father's life. Jade is visibly scared and confused. Later on, Jade explained the stalker was verbally abusing her on the phone. Jade quickly called her father to make sure he was safe, and thankfully he was. She then called the police to report this stalker. Hopefully the call can be traced. But this is not the first time Jade has been stalked live on stream. One time, a stalker sent 25 pizzas to her house. And another time, the fire department was called to her house. That's because a stalker wrongfully called up and said her house was on fire. It's terrifying that someone who simply streams games would have such evil stalkers. Jade tries to make people smile with her streams. And in return, she gets stalked and swatted. Now, I have to include this clip from the late great streamer Rectful. One day, Rectful was walking down the street in Japan at night. That's when he notices something strange behind him. There's a creepy masked man following him on the street.
If he had turned to keep following me, I would have been creeped the f*** out. Wait, he turned. Wait, he turned.
You ain't gonna lie, we got a strap.
Wait, do I run?
No, don't run.
No matter where Rectful walks, the man seems to follow him. He even turns around various times, and so does the man. At this point, Rectful realizes the man is absolutely following him, so he begins to run. That's when the man begins to chase after Rectful. Eventually, Rectful yells at the man and asks him what he's doing.
I'm running.
White little dog.
Man, you know me? Why did you do that?
Thankfully, the man in the mask later said it was simply a prank and he's a fan of Rectful. But even so, this is a very scary
I'm not gonna lie,
and
do not,
nasty
bro,
prank
do
to
not
play.
do this.
Thankfully, it was simply fun.
You will
and
get
games.
molts, I'm not
but
gonna
as
lie.
we've already seen here, sometimes streamers can be harassed by dangerous people. I can only imagine what Rectful was thinking in this moment. Finally, let's look at this clip from a Singaporean streamer named Kiera Kitty. Kiera Kitty is filming herself one day on a train, but that's when a man in front of her begins shaking his behind in her face. Kiera is clearly very creeped out by this, but the man only responds in a rude way.
What?
What are you doing?
This man is way bigger and stronger than Kiera, and it's very wrong for him to behave in this way. But the sad thing is, no one steps in to help Kiera here. I made this video to hopefully inspire some of you guys to step in if you see something like.
I ain't gonna lie, chat, bro. These people are crazy. Listen though, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you be safe out here though. These some creeps out here. Definitely if you're a woman, be safe. But I'm out here.